Hey everyone! I'm so excited to announce Janessa. Janessa is one of our gals that came in through the business and has also done our mentorship that I post about quite frequently. So if you haven't followed my page and you aren't sure what the hell this mentorship is or what this business is, we're going to go a little bit of details on our mentorship and how Janessa got started and kind of her take on everything, because everybody in this industry and space all have a different piece to the business and a different why. So I love to share that on my page and, get everybody's advice and, tips and tricks and that kind of stuff. So Janessa got started a few months back. She's skyrocketed her business. We're all super freaking proud of you. And, with that being said, our mentorship is made for you to make the 10K in 30 days. And we strive give you all the tools, the tips, the tricks, everything that works and the things that don't work, and different avenues to do things, because I'm sure you're aware, all four of us mentors do the business completely different. And there isn't one like cookie cutter way of doing this business, and there isn't a wrong way to do this business, and there isn't a right way to do this business. So with that being said, what is your experience with our mentorship? And maybe if you could just let everybody know what you thought about our mentorship.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I joined, like she said, a couple months ago, and I jumped into the mentorship, and I was super happy that they had something that wasn't like everybody in the whole community was in it. You felt like, so it wasn't so huge. You didn't have a voice, I guess. I feel super comfortable with everybody and reaching out to them for questions. And sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit too needy, but they always make sure they make me feel like, yeah, no, ask the questions if you need to. We're here to help you grow, and we're here to help you succeed. And I truly feel like it is that, like, they really want you to succeed, each person. And like, I don't have a financial connection to several of the mentors on the mentorship, and they're still really willing to put in their time and their advice and their information, like always, to help us out. So I really, really appreciate it. It's super empowering, it's super uplifting, and it's just nice to be surrounded by people that are in all walks of life and in all different types of places in their life, and around the country, and or even countries. And we're all here with the same vision and the same end goal in mind, and it is to better our futures and our families' futures, and just kind of to try and live that life that we all feel like we deserve. And it's just fun to be around the same type of people that think the same way.
Ah, Girl, I love that so much. Thank you. I really appreciate you saying that, because that's truly what we stand for. We really stand for like bettering people's lives and showing them that your mindset can seriously change your entire fucking life. Like, excuse my French, but you know, having
Yeah.
a positive mindset and knowing in the back of your mind you're going to do this, whether it's over a couple mistakes, whether it's over learning your unique way of doing things, no matter what, as long as you don't give up in this business, you're going to succeed. You're going to reach legacy income. You're going to create this legacy for your family that can be passed on for generations and generations. Our comp plan is a 500-year comp plan. That's unheard of in any business, any business. So it's super amazing that you are able to see the vision and be able to set yourself on that stone and be like, nope, I'm doing this. These are my non-negotiables and I'm going to move forward.
Yes.
So I
And
commend you, girl, and congratulations on everything too. You've done so good.
thank you. I love how you also mentioned that you all have like a different way of going at it. So coming into the business, you don't really know which way you want to go. So it's nice to see different avenues that are working for people, and you can kind of like pick and choose, like, oh, this feels really good with me, and this will work for me and my schedule or my life or my morals and values or my niche or my personality. And you're like, yeah, that's what I want to do. So it's really nice to see all that options. And it's not, like you said, cookie cutter, and I like that.
Right. And I truly like to stem on the fact that it truly is a business, that you do things that only feel in alignment. If you don't feel like doing something, for example, I don't like doing the algorithm stuff, I make someone else do it. There's so many pieces in this business where you get to focus on only the things you like in the business, and
Joy.
you can delegate the other tasks.
Yeah, it's nice.
So with that being said, I would love for you to tell a little bit of your story and your background so that people can kind of get a gist for where you were before you started and where you're at now. So my first question is, what were you before you found out about this business and before you jumped in?
Okay, so I'm a teacher and I've been a teacher for 10 plus years now. I don't know. I've lost count, I guess. And I always thought that's kind of what I would do. But every year that the school year kind of began, I would always be like, I don't know if this, I'm not ready to go back. And then we started having kids, and I have four now, and they're all 7 and under. And so we had them really close together. And I still felt like, this was kind of my avenue, this was my route. And then I feel like there was just kind of a mental shift in what I really wanted out of life and what I wanted for my kids. And I just wanted to be able to be around them more. I could sense that I needed to focus more on nurturing and fostering those relationships with my kids. And it's kind of difficult when we're separated for so many hours a day, and then we're rushed in every other part of our day because I have so many things to do at home and they have things that they want from me, and it was just really like stressful. It was stressful, and I felt like it was bringing a version of me that I didn't really want, and I knew my kids didn't deserve. And I felt like time just kept slipping by, and it was like 7 years just like bam, and I want to be able to spend more time with them. So I have slowly been cutting back. This year I'm only going to be working 2 days at the school, and I'm going to be, I'm doing this to offset that. And also I'm keeping my younger two home like Thursdays and Fridays so I can be with them more. And then I work at the same school as my older two, the other 2 days. So I'm still part of their education. And then one day I'm still sending the littles to daycare, and I can try and focus on catching up on life. And that way, when the kids are home, I can hopefully be more intentional and with them present. So it's just kind of a transition that's working for us right now. And I joined this business to have options for stuff like this because we live in a world where, it's just very rushed, and you need money in order to do things and to continue working on projects and to have a family of 6 live comfortably. And I've always wanted to contribute financially anyways, but in a way that I can still be at home. So I think in like January it really hit me that I wanted to stay home more often, and that's something that was kind of new to me. I like never thought that I would want to be a stay-at-home mom or anything like that. I've always wanted to have a purpose. And I always felt like it was a job, like the purpose would be my job. And I realized that like I'm kind of shifting into like my purpose is actually to be a mom and to be a wife and to help take care of things here, but it's still kind of a journey. And so we're in that transition thing. And like I said, I just want options. So if the time arises, maybe I can quit a 9 to 5 and stay home. And I feel like there is a purpose with this business too. It's really been empowering, and I think I can use a lot of the skills that I have already from being a teacher and things that I've done in my life. So that is my backstory, I guess. Did I cover everything that you had asked? I was rambling.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, you did wonderful. And I want to commend you because a lot of people don't realize like their true soul is telling them something. And I feel like a lot of people stumble across this business through whether it be ads or whether it be you heard from the grapevine or you really wanted the water, and people have a block. Like it just blocks them because they're not tuning into why they really found out about this business. And I commend you for, knowing that deep down you weren't happy. Your kids deserved better. They deserve to see a different version of you. And on top of it, you're finding your purpose. A lot of people go through life never finding out their purpose. And it's
Right.
because they never listen to their true soul and what their soul is telling them. So I commend you on that. That's so beautiful. And I hope that everybody finds that because that's my purpose. My purpose is to shine a light on, truly finding yourself, your soul, and, moving on that and making that life that you freaking deserve, because everybody deserves to be happy and not stressed about money and not stressed about or your burnout life. Like, it gets to be better, I promise. So with that being said, why did
what was your question?
Why did you get started in it's okay. Why did you get started in this business model?
Okay, so yeah, probably in January, I was like, I need to look into something else. I feel like what's going on right now is not really working for us as far as, you know, meeting emotional needs and meeting all of my things that I felt like needed to be happening. And so I clicked on a lot of ads on the internet, and I may had a lot of phone calls with different things, and none of it really seemed like something that I would like. And even just like opening that door of like potentially an online job is very different for me. I didn't really think that that would be something I would ever look into. But I think you reach that point where like something needs to change, and you're willing to do, not like rob a bank or anything like that, but you're willing to like grow for that change, if that makes sense. You're willing to maybe step a little bit out of your comfort zone in order to make that change. And when I came across this business, I realized like it would be out of my comfort zone, but it was something that I could align with. Like you said, like I felt like I could really back it. It's something I believed in, and I saw the big picture and the vision that it had and the potential it had for me and my family. And it was really just kind of I just felt it in my soul that like this was something I needed to do. And I really feel like I could succeed at it because I can back it up. Like I love water and I love all those things. And it's just funny because once you get into the business and our mentorship and like the whole like being around all of us, you really start to see how deep this business goes and this company is, and how like many different things it has as far as like self-development and empowering, and like really just like this gratitude piece that really just helps you shift your mindset into success, into gratitude, and into just believing that yes, it's a process and it might be at different paces for everybody in the business, but if you don't give up, like you said, will reach your goals and reach what you want to see in the business. So I eventually clicked on this business and talked to a gal from a different organization. And then I realized that I had somebody on my Facebook that I didn't really know much, but I'd seen her posting about water stuff. And so I reached out to her. And since we're from like very, our towns are very close, I was like, let's go that route. And I'm so glad that I did. I feel like it was just one of those things that I was like, oh, doesn't she do something like this? I wonder if it's the same thing. And it's just been so fun. And so like, I don't know. In January I chose a word to kind of, instead of like a New Year's resolution, I chose one word to kind of really focus on for the whole year, and it was growth. And I feel like I'm really trying to implement that in like all the different areas of my life, and some days are harder than others. Sometimes I feel like I'm going backwards at times, but I'm really trying to grow as like an individual, to just find my purpose and live what God intended. Grow as a mom, grow as a wife, grow in all areas, and that's just been. I feel like this business has really, really helped get that off and running. So yeah.
Well, from watching you from when you first started to now, honestly, girl, growth is your middle name.
I
And
know.
it goes to show like you're implementing everything that we teach in the mentorship, and it's working. So if you can, this is to anyone, if you can dedicate an hour a day to yourself, to your business, to your future, you will succeed in this business. You just need to do it what we say. And you could do it a different way, but you have to implement what we teach you. So I commend on that as well. And coming back to like the beginning of what you were saying, I was not comfortable at all with the online space. I always thought that it wasn't for me. Those girls must have their foot in other directions. Like, that is definitely not my scene. I come in a background from accounting. I'm a finance girl. I work numbers, Excel spreadsheets. As you've seen in the mentorship, I have a spreadsheet for everything. And this Friday, you'll see another spreadsheet that you're probably going to love. We have another mentorship call with these girls that's going to be happening this Friday. And I'm really excited about it because it's kind of my niche and my like favorite part about the business. So I get to share it with them. And it's really exciting. But I commend you, girl. And so with all that being said, obviously your vision for the future is it's going to be really big because it's growth. So what is your vision for the future for the next 2 to 5 years?
Well, I mean, I don't want to like lock in any like time frames necessarily, but I really do see like so many doors opening that I can't even like envision right now. Like I just think that so many things are yet to come in the business that I can't even wrap my head around what those might be. So obviously it's just to keep going and keep trucking and see where it leads. But I really just want to kind of create this women mother empowerment type thing, potentially lead my own mentorships at one point in time, or in, one day. I'd love to do some sort of like women's retreat type thing that kind of, all of the girls get together and we can like do different things. And obviously, I want to reach the legacy income and plant my tree in Okinawa, and like all those things that come along with the business. So, setting my kids up, setting my family up, I'd love to have more time as a family, and that is my main purpose. My main goal is just like more family time. My husband works a lot, so if we could have him cut back on some things, would be really, really nice.
Yeah.
And finish all the millions of projects we have going on in our lives would be ideal. So we have, again, more time to just like not be like, what do we need to be doing next type of thing. Less pressure.
That's so beautiful. Even the Okinawa tree, I always forget about that, but that's really something special to be able to plant a tree in Japan where our company is originated from and where our headquarters is located. You get to plant a tree when you reach a certain level in this business, and imagine going back every year to see how far your tree has grown and take a picture with your family next to it. Like, that's just so beautiful. And it's also helping Japan as well. So I commend.
You're planting your tree in this business. You're planting your roots. Roots are really growing down. I have a tattoo that kind of symbolizes something like that. So I just like that.
That's so beautiful. I love that. So obviously you kind of touched about how our community is, but if you could touch a little bit more for people that have done other network marketing or MLM type of businesses, how you can kind of give them a little bit of direction, how our community is different and how we implement things that are duplicatable. And that's why this business is different. Like she just mentioned, how she's going to start her own mentorship that we do and have, her women's retreat. That's all because our business is duplicatable, and we're teaching all of these women all of our tips and tricks so that they can duplicate exactly what we're doing and do it for themselves. And then they can teach whoever they want to teach, and they can do it. And that's literally what this is about. So what is your take on how our community is?
I think one of the main things that really sticks out to me is the positivity aspect. And like everybody's so non-judgmental that it really just makes it easy to feel like you fit in and that you can ask questions and be true to who you are. I feel like other companies are a little bit maybe more like, they, in order to promote their own business, they maybe like bash other things, if that makes sense. And I don't really care for that. I feel like, people just find what works for them in the online world workspace. But I truly feel like this place really like is accepting of all of who you are, and the positivity thing. We all have hard days, and it just seems like there's always a positive thing, something to be thankful for, some way to like shift your mindset into like a happier thing, or a positive way of thinking. And I really appreciate that. What was the question? I want to make sure I'm answering it all again, all thoroughly.
Yeah, just talking about how our community is and how you feel about our community.
Okay, yeah. And it is a really large community. So if you want to go like really far up with like Balaz and stuff. Like he's got a podcast and it really is like awesome to listen to, is very empowering and very informative, all the way down to like our little group, and there's like so many different avenues of reaching information. Plus we have our academy that is super helpful. And then I know there's like the yearly, like in June, the yearly
Yeah, you're coming to San Diego.
convention, which I'm going to go to. I plan on it anyways, hopefully. And so I just think like, yeah, it like you can make it your own, but also you're gonna have the support from people, even if you do it a little bit differently than your mentor or those types of things. So it's so adaptable to your own personal values and lifestyle and time and all those things, because obviously people have, probably most people will have a job when they first start this, and the goal maybe is to take away the job and just do this full time. So it is going to be a little bit of a juggling act, and everybody's time available is going to be unique to their own situation with children, job, activities, all the things, and you can make it work for what works for you.
So beautiful. And it's so true. There, like I said in the beginning, there's no right or wrong way, or you have to do it this way. And that's what our mentorship is all about. We're teaching you all of the ways that have told us leaders, and collectively we all have about 15 years experience in this business. So we've kind of been through the do's and don'ts, and we've tried that thing. So we're going to give you all avenues, and you do exactly what works for you and exactly the way it works for you. I mean, my mentor, when she first started in this business, she had 3 freaking jobs, and she was doing this business literally in the pockets of her time. She was doing it at stoplights. She was doing it in drive-throughs. She was doing it in between making the kids lunches. Like, she literally utilized all of her time. And that's another mindset piece. Like, you have to understand, like, yeah, and you too, like, even if you have kids, like, so many people use that as an excuse. It's like, yes, everybody has kids. Not me, I have dogs, but that's the same thing. But you have to be able to mindfully say, like, I have a vision. I want to reach my vision and my goals, and I'm going to do this to get to my vision and my goals. And like you said in the beginning, you have to change to make the change. And you can't still be the same person you are today wanting to make 60K months. Like, you have to evolve into a different person and implement change. So with all that being said, what is your take and your advice maybe to anybody that's on the fence? They see this mentorship, they see this business, they're really like, I don't know. What are your maybe objections that you had in the business?
Well, I do talk to several women that, say they're ready for this change, and then, I think they get cold feet. And I think a lot of it is self-doubt and worrying about what other people are going to think. And then obviously it's an investment, but I think if you are able to see that big picture of what is possible here, you can use all those fears to literally fuel your drive for this. If you have a big enough reason and a big enough why, I truly think you can probably do anything that you set your mind to. Obviously that's like, you can't become a bird or whatever, like, but if you can succeed in this business if you have a big enough why and you're willing to put forth the effort. And I mean, again, if you're not comfortable with certain aspects of it, it doesn't mean you have to do all of it. You are able to do what you feel comfortable with and still be successful. But I think the never giving up and, willing to make that change in your mindset and just keep that positive vibe rolling as much as you possibly can, and reach out when you're feeling like it's going downhill a little bit, because that's what the whole mentorship is for, and our group of girls is for, is to be there for each other, to build each other back up. And I can't speak enough about how important it is to surround yourself with the type of people that are going to build you up, because not everybody's going to see your vision, and a lot of people aren't going to understand this business until they get into it, and you're going to just have to like shake all that off a little bit, because you have that vision, and you need to just kind of keep it hanging in front of you and let the negativity and the noise just kind of drown out, because soon enough they'll see that you where you're going and why. So that's my advice.
Ah, that's so beautiful, girl. Yes, like you have to hold true to your vision. And even like, I don't know, posting a sticky note on your bathroom mirror every morning where you see it and remind yourself, like, no, I have a vision. Because I'll be completely honest with you. When I started this business, I lost all of my friends, my entire fucking circle. Now, that doesn't happen to everybody, but it does happen. And I'm glad that it happened, because 3 years ago, I was a completely different person. I had a vision for myself. I ended up quitting my accounting career, which I thought was like I made it, I'm climbing the totem pole. Like, your life will freaking change. And also, you can't take advice from people that are in your circle that don't have the same vision, the same goals. So that's another reason why you need to be in a mentorship with people that have the same goals, the same vision, and they're also in the same mindset that you were, because we've all been there, we've all started there. And our mentorship is to help you with your energy, with your self-development, with your positivity. Like, this is all what we're a part of in our group, and we're here to transform your life. So thank you so much, Janessa. I truly appreciate you coming on and giving your advice and, telling your story. And I think it resonates with a lot of people.
I hope so. I mean, I now that I've been in this business, I really do feel like a lot of women feel the same way, and it's kind of interesting. And I just, your heart goes out for them, and you're like, come join me. But I think that everybody has to reach that point where they're like legitimately ready to take that plunge into changing different aspects of their life in order for it to really come down to like, you know, to doing the change, to saying what you want, doing what you
Yeah.
say you want. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Janessa. And I hope you have a beautiful day with your family and weekend, because it's a holiday.
Yes. Thank you. You too. Thanks
All
for
right.
having
Bye,
me.
girl.
Bye.
You're welcome.